Okay, thank you. Apologize, folks. My computer's a little off today. In fact, it's kind of gone crazy on me. But we're back on the air, and your voice counts. I appreciate Sam doing the show for us today. We're very professional, and thank you, RBN, for getting us on the air. Now, we have a very special guest today. Her name is Allison Weir, and I have to do a little Liberty business. I always do. And Allison, please hang on, and we'll get you right on air just as soon as we can. First of all, my name, of course, is Philip Tourney. I'm a USS Liberty survivor. And I've been doing a lot of different shows. I wrote a book, What I Saw That Day, and different writings, and just trying to get the word out, along with other survivors, Ron Kugel, Jim Smith, Gary Brumman, many, many others. Folks, we're not out here to burn anybody on the cross, but the facts are the facts. The state of Israel got by with cold-blooded, premeditated murder on an American ship on the high seas on June 8, 1967. 34 of my brothers were murdered. 174 others were wounded, including myself. Now, it is my constitutional duty, especially being in uniform at the time, and it's still my constitutional duty to report murders, heinous murders, to the people of the United States of America, especially our government. The United States of America government, are you listening? I'm telling you, I personally saw the state of Israel murder my brothers, as well as my shipmates did. I don't say this lightly. They murdered my brothers and tried to murder me. There are over 850 cannon and rocket holes in the ship, over 5,000 armor-piercing bullets. There was a 40 by 40 foot hole in our starboard side by one of 5 torpedoes shot at us at 3 different torpedo boats. The torpedo boats would strafe our ship and shoot at our firefighters and stretcher bearers as we were pop-up targets. They dropped napalm on our ship to blow us, to burn us up. But thank God we didn't sink. But one other very disturbing part about this story is the United States of America called back rescue aircraft when they knew we were under attack by a foreign government. That's the truth, folks. The United States government left us out there alone to die, and to let the Israelis do what they wanted to with us, and they did. As I said, they murdered 34 of my American shipmates, my brothers, Marines, sailors, and 1 civilian from the National Security Agency. Now, our ship was not just some floating dry dock out there. We were the most sophisticated spy ship in the world, and everybody knew it, especially the Israelis. Folks, we were set up to be sunk and blame it on a foreign country. That country was the country of Egypt. They were going to incinerate Cairo with 2 nuclear bombs. That's the fact, folks. It's not something that's made up. It's a fact. They had planes going to Cairo. They're going to incinerate that country if our ship goes down. Fortunately, it didn't go down, and the gig was up. We'd gotten word out that the Israelis were the aggressors. And that was kind of the story of folks. We got the music coming on. Support your sponsors. We'll be right back.
There were too many errors and too much time wasted. The bombs were coming down. It would be too late for liberty.
Hey there, my name is Frank Bates. What I'm about to tell you in the next 60 seconds could get me in a lot of trouble. I just created a free video presentation at 123crooks.com that exposes the electricity monopolies and government agencies for what they really are. Incompetent, lying crooks that are counting on your ignorance and fear to keep your power bills criminally high. Some have called this a conspiracy. Others have called it a cover-up. And you'll be shocked to find out how deep the conspiracy goes. My video at 123crooks.com exposes the truth and shows you the secret of how I beat them and how you can beat them too. Watch the controversial video that thousands of other smart patriots have already seen in the last 3 months. Go to 123crooks.com and discover one weird trick to slash your power bill and protect your home. Go watch my video now at 123crooks.com before they force me to shut it down. 123crooks.com.
If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, and fear, live your life with increased vitality, energy, and youthfulness, and experience your body healing itself from anything out of balance concerning cardiovascular or diabetic circulation problems, then this might be the most important ad you'll ever hear. It is possible to acquire a 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation, which works. It is extremely effective and starts to work within days. For a long and healthy life, order today by calling 866-295-5305. 866-295-5305. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Order online at heartandbody.com. That's heartandbody.com.
$4, $5, $6, even $7 a gallon? According to fuel industry insiders and economic experts, those are the forecasted fuel prices, with no end in sight. Fight back fuel prices with a fuel saver from airfusionsystems.com. These fuel savers can save you from 20 to 40%. They're designed to fit any vehicle from compacts to SUVs to transport trucks. The fuel saver works on all gas, diesel, even propane engines. Easy do-it-yourself installation in about 15 minutes. And the best part? No engine modifications, no computer chipping, no running wires, no chemicals, no water, no running costs, and no maintenance. And these fuel savers come complete with all parts and accessories. See how it works at airfusionsystems.com, spelled AIRFUSION systems.com, or call 888-887-9981, 888-887-9981. Fuel savers from airfusionsystems.com. Save fuel, save money, save Earth.
They said that Israeli forces knew not of the Liberty's true identity, and so they took advantage of the serenity. They attacked the silent ship, making a 40-foot hole in the starboard, killing 34.
Welcome back, folks. Here we go to Your Voice Counts. We got a little bit of, again, a little bit more of Liberty business to take care of, but I wanted everybody to know that that beautiful song, that beautiful voice you hear is Kat Faber, and she lives up in the very cold country of Minnesota, and I regret to say that Kat has been quite ill lately, and our prayers and thoughts go out to Kat every moment of the day. She's just something of a gal that I've never quite met in my life. I've never met a person quite like her, but I'll tell you what, she's strong, she's dedicated to the USS Liberty story, and she's a great American, folks. She's just a beautiful woman, and we care about you, Kat, and we want you to get well very, very fast. And so we get you on the show, you along with your husband Rick, and find out exactly how you got involved with the USS Liberty. And again, we appreciate your music, and more than that, we love you, and we appreciate what you've done for not only the survivors, but many, many other people. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Rick. Also, I want to thank John Udesco. He's the former intelligence officer aboard the USS Liberty, and he has the finest website you'll ever find on the Internet. Please go to tinyurl.com/USS Liberty. It's tinyurl.com/USS Liberty. Also, James Morris has a site, a very wonderful site that, keeps you up to date. It's ushijack.com, ushijack.com. And folks, if you want to call in at the bottom of the hour, because we got a long run. We have a long run at that hour and a half hour, so we can get you in and get your questions and have our guest answer them. And I got a special partner on today, my sidekick, Ron Kugel, and Ron has been beating his door beating his head against the door for the last 45 years trying to get the truth out. And I guess we'll never stop. You know, sometimes we feel like we do, but we'll never stop. Now, listen, we saw these people, like I said before, commit cold-blooded murder. And Ron happened to be first-class petty officer at the time. And when we got into Malta, the gruesome job that Ron took on as his duty was body recovery and identification of his shipmates that he barely made it out of the hole that exploded. He had to get those men out and try to identify them. And if you can imagine the stench of these men being in 100-degree salt water for 7 days, it's not a job that you can take lightly. I know, folks, I was there. Now, our special guest is Allison Weir. Allison is a person that I've admired for many, many years. I've talked to Allison on the phone several times. She's a person that takes on all tasks. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit about Allison, and then we're going to bring on, of course, Allison and my sidekick, Ron Kugel. And I just want to read a little bit about Allison, and we'll bring her on. But it says, who am I? Like everyone, I'm many things. For example, I'm the author of a children's book, now out of print, but these days I'm most known as the founder, If Americans Knew. Now remember, folks, it's a very important organization, If Americans Knew. An organization that provides information on topics of importance that are substantially misreported or unreported in the U.S. media. Our primary focus is on Israel and Palestinian. In particular, we analyze media coverage of these issues and have conducted a number of statistical studies. Alternate Focus, of which produces videos for public access television stations, has produced an excellent 30-minute video about our studies. I also speak for about a minute near the beginning of this short video I just stumbled across. In every one of the studies, we discovered extremely troubling distortion. And this is hard to read for me because it goes right to my heart because I understand what is going on in the Middle East. And I know Allison probably does more than anyone. But anyway, for example, we found network primetime news programs covered Israel's children's deaths at rates up to 14 times greater than reported on Palestinian deaths. And which is it's a disgusting, terrible, terrible, terrible thing. These poor little children dying, being tortured in an open-air prison camp. 1.75 million people are over that now, living in squalor, no food, no water, or no hope. Allison, we're welcome aboard your voice counts, and thank you very much for coming aboard. And Ron, you can kick in any time. Welcome aboard, Allison.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Allison, why did you come on your voice counts today?
Well, I'm always happy to come on radio programs and try to get some of the information that Americans should have but are not getting from our mainstream media, especially about Israel-Palestine, about the cover-up on the USS Liberty, about what's going on right today in terms of this very powerful lobby, the Israel lobby. So I'm always pleased to try to get those facts out to people wherever and however I can do that.
Well, excuse me, I certainly appreciate it and what you're doing, and I know you've kept the USS Liberty story live and vibrant wherever you go, and I know you talk about it quite often, and I certainly appreciate that because, Allison, when the USS Liberty attack was no mistake. It was attacked by the Zionist State of Israel in an act of war, a criminal act of war that they committed many, many war crimes that day, as they're committing war crimes and against the Palestinians as we speak. And of course, we can go on to other things too. That I just saw an excellent video by Dr. Alan Sabrowski about 911, and I learned a lot of things about that also. Maybe you've already seen it, but anything you have to say, Ron?
Yeah, I do. I wanted to say something as quick as I could here because it seems like my cell phone signal's fading in and out today for some reason. I wanted to ask Allison if she would just expound just a little bit on what she feels about the nomination of Senator Chuck Hagel for Secretary of Defense and why they're working so hard to put a stop to it. This guy is a Vietnam veteran, a combat veteran, a highly decorated veteran, and a senator. And just because he said that he's a United States senator first, they're all over this guy. This kind of stuff is unheard of in my mind, at least back when I was a child. Something like this would never have been said to someone like Chuck Hagel. Your thoughts, Allison?
I agree. This is just such an astounding situation, too, I think, although in a way, those of us that are following this issue closely have seen this going on now quite a bit. But this is just an especially blatant example of the Israel lobby interfering with our national policies. Here we have a man who, by all reports, is extremely patriotic, very principled, quite brave. He volunteered for service in Vietnam. He, served his country, unlike a great many of our leadership today. And, he's been nominated for a position in the cabinet of the United States of America, not in Israel. And yet, there are people from both sides of the aisle, both Democrats and Republicans, who are attacking him because they claim he's not sufficiently pro-Israel. In response, he has to grovel a bit. That's what he's doing. I'm sure it's extremely unpleasant for him to have to, they force somebody that's nominated for a position to declare their loyalty to Israel, how much they love Israel, even though, as Chuck Hagel and many other people know, Israel is in violation of not only international laws, it also consistently violates U.S. laws in the way it uses our weaponry. It ignores presidents, both Democrats and Republicans, when they occasionally tell Israel to back off, to decrease their violence against civilians, when our presidents, again, from both parties, tell Israel to stop building these illegal settlements, and Israel continues to do them. So we have with Chuck Hagel somebody who has on occasion stood up to this lobby. That alone is a very courageous and honorable act to do. And for that, he is now being attacked, and there are efforts to block his nomination. It's to me, I haven't followed this over the last few days, so I don't know if things have changed, but I have been uncertain about whether they will block his nomination or not, because some very pro-Israel Congress people are supporting his nomination. And I feel the reason that they're doing that is, partly to make it look like the Israel lobby is not as monolithic as it actually is. I mean, it's not completely monolithic, but they're trying to make it seem even, less so. Also, if he does get approved, he will be beholden to people who did that. They have shown him how powerful they are in terms of what he is allowed to do and not to do regarding Israel-Palestine. So it's a blatant example of a foreign country and of our politicians catering to a foreign country rather than representing their constituents and rather than representing Americans.
Allison, hang on one moment, please. We'll be back in just a minute. We've got to take a break. Folks, support your sponsors on RBN. Real News, Real Talk with people, because you can handle the truth. See you in a minute.
I'll hear the bombs again. I'll hear the bombs again.
Right now, food is everywhere. If you want it, you can buy it. For now. When the coming crisis occurs, how will you feed your family? Will healthy nutrition be available? The answer is probably no. Jeff Lawton will show you how to survive the coming crisis in an abundant way with permaculture. Jeff Lawton is a permaculture designer, teacher, and consultant who has shown people like you, people in 35 countries around the world, people who want to know what they can do to survive the crisis that they see approaching. There is an absolutely free video online that will help you discover how to survive by giving you step-by-step instructions in establishing food forests that will help you become survival confident. Log on to jefflawton.org right now. This free video will only be available for a limited time. That's jefflawton.org. GEOFFLAWTON.org. Survival is not optional. Visit jefflawton.org today.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Extendovite is a 7-herb heart protection cocktail designed to support cardiovascular health, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels. February is Heart Month, and we at Heart Drop 2000 are having our Heart Month sale with prices from 6 years ago, starting now until February 28th. You can purchase a 4-month supply of either capsules or liquid for only $125, including shipping and handling, to help you help yourself. So call now to take advantage of this one-time offer. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Well, the time has finally come for the story to be told that should have been listened to a long time ago.
Welcome back, folks. Here we go to Your Voice Counts again. Thank you for listening in. I appreciate it very much. And if you want to call in at the bottom of the hour, just dial 800-313-9443. That's 800-313-9443, and talk to our special guest, Allison Weir. Allison, you made a very stunning comment when you were giving out your thoughts about the good that Chuck Hagel. Hopefully, he will be confirmed by the full Senate, and the filibuster and all this other stuff is going to quit. Who knows? But you said grovel, making the man grovel, and that is exactly what they're doing. They're putting him on his knees, and he's saying that isn't, it really isn't what I meant in my heart against anybody for that matter. But he said that he was a United States senator. He wasn't a senator for the state of Israel. Well, that's what he is. He's a United States senator. Why should anybody care one way or the other? He represents the country of the United States, and it's his duty and honor as a former senator to fulfill that obligation and not fulfill anybody else's dreams or aspirations to tell the United States of America or anybody else what to do, especially Israel. What are your thoughts on that, Allison?
Well, I think that's very important. It's interesting, as you said, that Chuck Hagel has made it clear that he's a U.S. senator, and he will represent Americans, even despite now having to grovel a bit. But there's that is what he proclaimed he would do, is represent Americans. it's interesting to look at Chuck Schumer, the senator from New York, and what he said in a speech in 2010 at an event in New York sponsored by one of the major parts of the Israel lobby, the AIPAC, American Israel Public Affairs Committee. At that event, according to the Weekly Standard, a very pro-Israel publication, they say that Schumer in Hebrew told the crowd, he was speaking in Hebrew in the United States, he told the crowd that his name would be Shomer, or guardian. Apparently, Shomer is Hebrew for guardian. And he noted that a Shomer was a watchman guarding the gates of ancient Jerusalem and the temple. And that was his mission, said U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer. His mission was, quote, defending the Jewish people and Israel from those who'd attack it or wish it ill. To me, that's somewhat bizarre. I would have thought his mission was to defend Americans and to defend the United States. And yet here he apparently very publicly proclaimed that his mission was to defend Israel. So that's quite a contrast, and that's from Chuck Schumer, who's a very powerful New York senator. Now, Schumer at this point, it appears, is going down this is largely a split on long party lines. So Schumer's a Democrat, and it looks like he will vote for Chuck Hagel when and if this filibuster is over. But again, is this just making it clear? Okay, Hagel, we will allow you to become Secretary of Defense, but you will have to do what we tell you to do regarding Israel. That's what I wonder if this is all about.
Yeah, well, Israel's bidding, and that is a very. I did not know what the name meant. Now I understand, and what he was trying to get across. But even more astounding. And this was I believe it was just last year, Allison, when Benjamin Netanyahu had a joint session of the Congress, and in the halls of one of the most hallowed halls in the world of the free country, this man gets 29 standing ovations of approval for having a concentration camp and putting people in prison for lengths and lengths, years and years. Mordecai Vanunu is one of them. And here we are giving him 29 standing ovations that we don't even afford the President of the United States that type of honor, if you want to call it an honor. What I call it is a sellout. What I call it is a bunch of people that say, "Hey, I want to keep my job, and if I'm going to do it, I better get off my can and start flapping." What do you think?
It was just if anybody needed any proof of the power of the Israel lobby in Congress, they saw it there. Having like puppets, our congressmen and women stand up like little puppets to give standing ovations to a man who is clearly unprincipled, who has been responsible for the loss of lives of thousands of women, men, and children.
Here we go again with that song, Don't Go Anywhere, Allison. We got a half hour left. I'm sure we'll get some callers in. Thank you, folks, for supporting RBN. Support the sponsors. That's what keeps the show going. Appreciate it. See you in a minute.
You're listening to the Republic Broadcasting Network, because you can handle the truth.
There are many water filters to choose from, but there is only one system that is consistently customer rated 5 stars as the #1 system for effective filtration of fluoride, radiation, drug residues, heavy metals, a wide range of radioisotopes, and more.
Introducing the Pure Effect Ultra, the next generation water filter that also raises alkaline pH, improves antioxidant potential, and has advanced anti-radiation technology, all while using no electricity. Sold worldwide, it provides virtually instant clean water on demand. It is not made in China, and the shipping is free to all 50 states. Buy your Pure Effect Ultra today by visiting pureeffectfilters.com or call 888-891-4821. Again, that's 888-891-4821 or visit pureeffectfilters.com.
For many years, coffee lovers have learned that for the freshest coffee, you need to roast your own beans. Unfortunately, that usually meant paying more per pound for coffee than you could get it at the local grocery. Those wanting to store rich coffee for long-term use have been frustrated with the lack of quality coffee available with a long shelf life. So we usually settle for brand name coffee, either ground or instant. But now we have another solution. Canned green coffee beans. Green coffee beans have not been roasted. And since the bean is not cracked yet, the shelf life is many years longer than roasted or ground coffee. Due to the way it's packed, you can expect these to stay fresh for 20 plus years. Go to campingsurvival.com to order your canned green coffee beans. A single can is only $11.94. Order online today at campingsurvival.com. Use code FREEDOM and receive 5% off. campingsurvival.com. campingsurvival.com.
Here at Republic Broadcasting Network, we have been building our online store. Well, we have been focusing on bringing you the best talk show host in the country. Here at Republic Broadcasting Network, we also want our listeners to have products they can use every day and in times of emergency. We have added new products each week to our store. Your support of this network, plus products at the best prices, is a win-win situation. Check out our new store. Go to our website, republicbroadcasting.org, and click on the online store located at the top of our website. Together, we can continue to grow RBN and help our listeners prepare for the future. Go to republicbroadcasting.org and click on our online store or call us at 1-877-605-9200.
Well, finally, the officials back to Washington sends out a message that the ship will farther out to sea. There were too many errors and too much time wasted. The bombs were coming down. It would be too late.
Welcome back, folks. Here we go for about the last 22 or 23 minutes of Your Voice Counts. Certainly appreciate you listening in and, listening to what Allison has to say. And, of course, Ron, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here, and then I'm back. I keep having to call in. There's one thing I'd like to say in case I get lost again here, is I'm kind of telling my age, but some of the things that some of these senators and congressmen are saying today would have been unheard of as far as few back as maybe 30, 40 years in the 50s when I was a kid. They would not dare say the things they're saying today, which goes to show you how much of a change this country has gone through and how many people are letting it happen with their apathy. I had to say that, Phil. I had to say it. Apathy, the worst enemy of this country.
Well, Ron, Allison and I hope you were on the air or could hear us when we were talking about it, as she brought up that very subject. Actually, it's just embarrassing when we talked about 29 standing ovations for the head of a foreign government that murders people at will with the full backing and support of the United States of America is almost unbelievable. It is disgusting.
Just to break in for a minute, as you, I'm sure, both agree, it's not really the full backing of the United States of America. You know, it's the backing of our politicians. Fortunately, you know, I feel strongly that the majority of Americans would never support this, regardless of which party they're from. I think it's very possible the three of us are from different parts of the political spectrum, and yet we strongly agree with the need to have rational U.S. policies, worldwide, especially in the Middle East, that what the support for Israel is deeply wrong on both a moral level and a strategic level. That the good thing is that surveys show that the majority of Americans do not endorse these policies. Most people have no idea what's going on in Israel-Palestine. They realize they don't know what's going on, and therefore, in survey after survey after survey, they say they don't want us to intrude. They don't want us to take a side on this issue, which means they don't know, because of our Israeli-centric media, that we are taking massively Israel's side and giving Israel over $8 million per day of our tax money. The surveys indicate that the American public would not support that. The problem
Allison, I totally agree with you on your analysis of the American people wouldn't support that. Yes. But we elect people to serve the American people, to do their bidding, if you will. And I've written thousands of letters, thousands of phone calls, talked to thousands of different people in Washington and out of Washington, and it falls on deaf ears. So, you know, regardless of what the American people want, doesn't mean anything, because the elected officials will get up there and they'll do Israel's bidding no matter what the American people want. So where do we stand? We elect these people. They say they stand for America.
I think I agree with you that they will continue to do Israel's bidding until or unless enough Americans, enough of their voters, start to tell them, we don't want this. We don't want our money, when there's so much need here in your own district, when schools are being closed and military veterans often aren't getting the medical care they need, and, you know, we have seniors who are going without, and businesses are failing, people are losing homes. There's no doubt that once people know the facts, they will start telling their elected representatives, we don't want you anymore to send massive amounts of money, of our tax money, over to this foreign country, especially because the way it's using our money on top of that. And I think increasing numbers will demand an investigation into the USS Liberty. That a few places around the country, these things are happening. As you both know, there are a few senators and Congress people who do take really fairly good stands on this issue because they have constituents that are informed and aware and active on this issue. But I agree also that very often there's this defeatist tone that people will have that really is just a sort of an excuse to be apathetic, to not do anything. Oh, the lobby's so powerful, or oh, it's always been this way, or oh, yes, Washington's so corrupt. Sort of basically things saying, therefore, I don't have to do anything about it. And if they don't do anything about it, then it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy where these special interests that run too many things in our country will be allowed to run roughshod over the rest of us, over our principles, and over the needs of our children. And I agree with you. What we need is more of these people who know this, who are, in many cases, outraged by it. We need more of us to do these things, to call our Congress people, to tell our neighbors. A lot of people are afraid to talk about it because they'll be called names. We have a website I want to quickly remember to mention. We have several, but the new one is called Stop the Blank Check. It's specifically to stop the blank check to Israel. It's just called stoptheblankcheck.org. If people go there, they'll get more information about all of this. It will link to the other websites. And there's a place where if you are brave enough and patriotic enough and altruistic enough to care about people on the other side of the world as well as Americans, then all you need to do is go to the website, put your name and your zip code, and you will join over 1,000 people have already done that. So go to stoptheblankcheck.org, there's a place where you fill out what looks like a sort of check that says, paid the order of the candidate who will finally end our blank check to Israel. One vote. And you just put your name there and your zip code, and it goes into a database so we can start to demonstrate to our elected officials we will not stand for these policies any longer. We're willing to put our names out there and say we don't want corrupt policies that are tragic for people around the world and are also extremely tragic for Americans here at home.
I'll certainly go to that site and I'll sign it. There's no doubt about it. But still, you have the survivors of the USS Liberty telling the world, trying to tell everybody about what Israel did. And now, after the attack, of course, it's 45 years ago, old news? No, it's not old news to me. But they get more money now after the attack than they did before the attack. So that my point is the power within our government, the power for a United States senator to speak in Hebrew and say, I will protect you rather than who I am elected to protect, is disgusting, dishonest, immoral, and he should be taken out of office. Go ahead.
I think so. I think that there is this is really the first time I've probably publicly or maybe even privately used the term, but there is a fifth column, I think, in our country that is not loyal to our country and is loyal to Israel. Now, they try to claim that they represent all Jewish Americans, and they do not. You know, I have many colleagues and allies who are Jewish Americans who have known about this issue long before I did, spoken out against it publicly and privately, and tried to work against it. So talking about a fifth column on behalf of Israel is not saying that that's all Jewish Americans. They try to claim that they do represent the Jewish population of the United States, and they don't. But by making that kind of claim, they are in danger of creating anger against people who do not deserve the anger, are not responsible for it. But these people that do work on behalf of Israel at the expense of principle, at the expense of, I think even Israelis are hurt by this, because I think all people are better off in a system of peace where there isn't constant warfare and killing. So the people that are working on behalf of Israel against U.S. interests, against an honest investigation into the USS Liberty, where 34 Americans were killed and at least 174 were injured. In addition to the two of you, I've spoken to other survivors of this attack. I've spoken especially, truthfully, maybe as a woman, I'm so often moved when I hear from sisters and mothers and daughters and sons of the men that were killed on board the ship. This isn't something we can just sweep under the rug. This is something that is extremely significant on so many levels, and everybody needs to talk about it. And it's not going to go away. These Israel loyalists hope it will. They've tried to make it go away, but they failed. More of us are learning about it. I grew up in a military family. My father was a career military officer. Several of my uncles were in pretty much all of the military services, mostly Air Force, but also Army and Navy. And yet I didn't even know about the attack on the USS Liberty when it occurred, although at that time, and I'm happy to give away my age, I was in college then. I didn't know about it then, but I know about it now. And there are a lot of other people like me who, because the media barely covered it, quickly put it on the back pages, then it disappeared entirely. Nevertheless, because of you, because of the survivors and the friends of the survivors and the families of the fallen, and you've kept it alive, and more awareness about it is growing around the country, and it's not going away.
Ron, excuse me, Ron, have you? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Ron. Oh, okay. Sam, bring them up in order, however you want to. Thanks a lot, Sam. Ken, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, thank you for calling in. Your voice counts. What's on your mind today, Ken?
All right. Last Sunday, I spoke about the article, which is up on the webpage, www.virginianewssource.com. The article is headed, Governor McDonald wimps out on citizens' gun rights. Now, and I said that this article will be up on the blogs of Gun Owners of America, the Second Amendment Committee, and the National Rifle Association. Now, I'm requesting that that everyone, as many as can call Mr. Eisler of Gun Owners of America. I'll spell his name: E-I-S as in Sam, L-E-R. Mr. Eisler. E for Edward, I for Isaac, S for Sam, L-E-R. Eisler of Gun Owners of America, and request that he put this same article on his on the blog of Gun Owners of America, and you can find his telephone number on the Gun Owners of America webpage, Mr. Eisler of Gun Owners of America. Now, in the Second Amendment Committee, called Bernadine Smith of Second Amendment Committee. She's they previously, a number of years ago, they gave us the Patrick Henry Award for supporting the Second Amendment. So she knows me, and I've spoken with both of those people, and they're fine people. But for some reason, they haven't yet put it up on their web page. This is big news when a Republican governor of a Republican state, he knew that and how this happened. He set up a special task force on school safety, and they came out with 8 recommendations, but there was nothing in any of the 8 recommendations about how school safety could be promoted by allowing teachers who wanted to take a 3-day course supervised and given by the National Rifle Association.
If I could just interrupt a minute?
Hey, go ahead, Allison.
Important as the subject is,
to a
still
concealed
time to talk about the USS Liberty. I hope we'll take the other calls and be able to continue on that subject.
Yeah.
So few radio programs will talk about the Liberty and Israel and Palestine. It would be nice to. I think we only have 10 minutes left to try to go back to that.
Yeah. Well, Ken, we'll call back another time because we'll get into that, and I appreciate it. Please bring up the next caller. Robert, are
Hello?
you there? Yes,
Yes,
Robert,
I
are
am.
you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. What's on your mind today on Your Voice Counts?
Well, I mean, we've covered a lot of ground here, and I've been listening since you started. Brought up the topic of a fifth column in our country, and of course, anybody that's looked into this, we know that decades. The usual suspects on Schumer, Feinstein, Emanuel, Bloomberg. These folks are Bolsheviks, and we need to call them out as such. The Democratic Party has been Bolshevik communists. And the right, the Republican Party, they're controlled by, you got your Bill Kristol folks on the right. They're actually Trotskyites, these PNAC guys. So it has, I'm not saying that there's Israel. Organized Jewry America has a struggle on.
You keep on breaking up. You're on a cell phone. You must be on a cell phone. I'm sorry. You just we only got about just a little bit of your comments. I would appreciate if you'd call back on another time. We'll bring up our next guest. Go ahead, please.
Oh, hi there.
Hey, Bill.
Yes, hi, Phil.
Yeah.
I'll try and make it quick. Great show, great guest, as always. Just a couple of things, Phil. It was an article, and I've tried to spread it around a little bit, released by the Christian Science Monitor back in December 9th of 2002. Israel has cost the United States about $1.6 trillion with a T. Now, it's an estimate by Thomas Stauffer, consulting economist in Washington. $1.6 trillion.
Oh, here we go with the music, Bill. You know what that means. We'll be back in just a minute, folks, and try to get our last caller in. Thank you, Bill.
I'll hear the bombs again. I'll hear the bombs again.
If you're taking 1, 2, 5, or more nutritional supplements, please stop. Simplify your supplementation with Bio Superfood, the most advanced nutritional whole food supplement you can buy. Men, women, children, even Olympic athletes the world over have discovered Bio Superfood from BioAge.com. And now take just one nutritional supplement instead of many. The Bio Superfood formulas are whole food products composed with 4 of the most nutrient-dense algae found on Earth. Bio Superfood for the brain helps with focus, memory, clarity, and mood. If you can increase brain health, the rest of the body is a no-brainer. Bio Superfood has 0 toxicity and is safe for you and your family. Learn more and order your Bio Superfood formulas at BioAge.com, spelled BIOAGE.com, BioAge.com, or call 877-288-9116. That's 877-288-9116. BioAge, the age of advanced organics.
Herbal Healer Academy's new summer specials. Our 500 parts per million colloidal silver, all sizes on sale. Organic liquid iodine, liquid cal, mag, vitamin D, CoQ10 with Hawthorne, colon enhancer, Super 2, natural laxative, our exceptional product Connexin, memory power, and Super Male and Femplex. All on sale for the summer at herbalhealer.com. Also, 10% off on the HHA survival course. This is an important time to have this information. Might save your life. Nation's leader in supplying quality natural medicine and education. herbalhealer.com. Free online newsletter. Quality natural medicine supplier since 1988. We ship the same day you place your order. Free 128-page catalog with your first order. Go to herbalhealer.com today. herbalhealer.com.
Now more than ever, killing many viruses and bacteria in our homes and at work is important. With the flu epidemic running rampant, you need to protect yourself and your family the best you can with purified air. Our air purifiers not only kill many viruses and bacteria in the air, but on surfaces too. Our air purifiers will also kill molds, fungi, mildew, oxidizes chemical fumes and toxic gases, removes dust, pollen, pet odors, and smoke. We have portable units, HVAC and industrial size units. In our homes today, protect your family the best you can by calling 1-877-605-9200 or go to our online store at republicbroadcasting.org. Call today to receive your 10% off and free shipping on any home unit. 1-877-605-9200.
They said that Israeli.
Welcome back, folks. Here we go for the last few minutes of Your Voice Counts. Thank you for listening in. And I know we got a couple callers on the line, but I want to take a very special call from one of the survivors, Mr. Dan Bird. Dan and I were good friends aboard the USS Liberty. In fact, I took him home when we get out of the Navy. Welcome aboard, Dan. What do you got to say?
Oh, Phil, great show. I appreciate everything you've been doing, and Allison Ware was a great guest. I just have one thing. Witnesses in legal cases are everything, right? So we're witnesses to the murder of Liberty survivors, and yet our opinions, our voices mean nothing in this case.
They mean absolutely nothing. We saw cold-blooded murder, and we saw it with our own eyes, and we can attest to it. But we are muted by the government,
I know. We've got no vindication. I mean, there's no justification at all. We're just thrown out the window. Hey, I appreciate your show. I love you, man.
Hey, love you too, man, and I appreciate you calling in, Dan, very much.
All right.
Hi, Dan. This is Ron.
Yeah.
Want to say hello, Dan.
Hi, Ron.
Yeah, good to hear your voice.
Good to hear you. Tragedy.
Go ahead, Bill. I just want to say hello.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you too, man.
Okay, listen, we're going to have time for James Morris. James, come on board.
Thanks for taking my call, Phil. It's an honor to be friends with you and Ron Kukul and to be able to confront John McCain like I did on Memorial Day last year with you on the phone was an honor. And it was actually, an opportunity that we'll never forget. I just checked the YouTube on it. You can Google McCain. You can Google McCain confronted at YouTube, or actually you just Google that, and it's closing in on 30,000 views. With regard to Allison Weir, great to have her on as a guest. I remember she had tipped me off to Captain Boston's declaration, which I was able to get the USS Liberty lawyer at the time, Ron Gotcha, to actually send. It was kind of collecting dust on in his office in Sherman Oaks, and I was able to get him to fax it, or actually mail it, to Captain Boston, and then I was able to fax it to James Banford to read at the State Department that day when you were cut off by the historian there, Mark Susser. That's an outrage, like you said. Here's testimony from not only you and the other survivors, but also Lloyd Painter, who actually saw the Liberty life rafts strafed by the Israelis, machine gun. You saw that as well, and that was left out of that sham Naval Court of Inquiry. Again, thanks. Keep up the good work, and let's make sure Hagel gets nominated, the neocons, and the rest of the pro-Israel are after him. And lastly, Allison, Phil Giraldi, our mutual friend at CNI, had written an excellent article about my Valentino's Ghost film that I'm in, and I don't know why CNI isn't moving it, and I heard you didn't like the film, but you haven't even seen it. Could you just comment on that as well?
What did you say?
It was about the Valentino's Ghost film. Phil Giraldi had an excellent article for the American Conservative, Why We Hate Them, and I was wondering why CNI hasn't run that as well. They usually do that with his articles, but I also heard that you don't like the film, but then again, you haven't even seen it, and I'd like to make sure you get a preview copy of it to take a look at it.
Yeah, I've never said I don't like it, because if I have not seen the film...
Then I'm mistaken. I just heard that somebody said you didn't like it. I mean,
if
you have
I
to
have
see
not
it.
seen the film, I don't give an opinion about it.
Exactly, and I thought it was only fair that you see it. And lastly, PBS is actually going to screen it and send it to their affiliate. Actually, going to send it to their affiliates on June 8th, but they're leaving out my exchange with Lee Hamilton with regard to why we were attacked on 9/11, which comes as no surprise, and the AIPAC parts too. Anyway, thanks for taking my call, Phil.
Allison, James, everybody that called in. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, RBN. God bless America, and let's try to get our country back on track. And no more wars for Israel, folks. No more wars for Israel.
And let's get Chuck Hagel nominated.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Why so many of my brothers died? Was it some sort of game of treason? Or was it just some kind of horrible lie?
With finance.
There were too many errors and too much time wasted. The bombs were coming down. It would be too late for liberty.
Hey there, my name is Frank Bates. What I'm about to tell you in the next 60 seconds could get me in a lot of trouble. I just created a free video presentation at 123crooks.com that exposes the electricity monopolies and government agencies for what they really are. Incompetent, lying crooks that are counting on your ignorance and fear to keep your power bills criminally high. Some have called this a conspiracy. Others have called it a cover-up. And you'll be shocked to find out how deep the conspiracy goes. My video at 123crooks.com exposes the truth and shows you the secret of how I beat them and how you can beat them too. Watch the controversial video that thousands of other smart patriots have already seen in the last 3 months. Go to 123crooks.com and discover one weird trick to slash your power bill and protect your home. Go watch my video now at 123crooks.com before they force me to shut it down. 123crooks.com.
If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, and fear, live your life with increased vitality, energy, and youthfulness.
We're not out here to burn anybody on the cross, but the facts are the facts. The state of Israel got by with cold-blooded, premeditated murder on an American ship on the high seas on June 8, 1967. 34 of my brothers were murdered. 174 others were wounded, including myself. Now, it is my constitutional duty, especially being in uniform at the time, and it's still my constitutional duty, to report murders, heinous murders, to the people of the United States of America, especially our government. The United States of America government, are you listening? I'm telling you, I personally saw the state of Israel murder my brothers, as well as my shipmates did. I don't say this lightly. They murdered my brothers and tried to murder me. There are over 850 cannon and rocket holes in the ship, over 5,000 armor-piercing bullets. There was a 40 by 40 foot hole in our starboard side by one of 5 torpedoes shot at us at 3 different torpedo boats. The torpedo boats would strafe our ship and shoot at our firefighters and stretcher bearers as we were pop-up targets. They dropped napalm on our ship to blow us, to burn us up.
And experience your body healing itself from anything out of balance concerning cardiovascular or diabetic circulation problems. Then this might be the most important ad you'll ever hear. It is possible to acquire a 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation, which works. It is extremely effective and starts to work within days. For a long and healthy life, order today by calling 866-295-5305. 866-295-5305. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Order online at heartandbody.com. That's heartandbody.com.
$4, $5, $6, even $7 a gallon? According to fuel industry insiders and economic experts, those are the forecasted fuel prices, with no end in sight. Fight back fuel prices with a fuel saver from airfusionsystems.com. These fuel savers can save you from 20 to 40%. They're designed to fit any vehicle, from compacts to SUVs to transport trucks. The fuel saver works on all gas, diesel, even propane engines. Easy do-it-yourself installation in about 15 minutes. And the best part? No engine modifications, no computer chipping, no running wires, no chemicals, no water, no running costs, and no maintenance. And these fuel savers come complete with all parts and accessories. See how it works at airfusionsystems.com.
Okay, thank you. Apologize, folks. My computer's a little off today. In fact, it's kind of gone crazy on me. But we're back on the air, and your voice counts. I appreciate Sam doing the show for us today. We're very professional, and thank you, RBN, for getting us on the air. And we have a very special guest today. Her name is Allison Weir, and I have to do a little Liberty business. I always do. And Allison, please hang on, and we'll get you right on air just as soon as we can. First of all, my name, of course, is Philip Tourney. I'm a USS Liberty survivor. And I've been doing a lot of different shows. I wrote a book, What I Saw That Day, and different writings, and just trying to get the word out, along with other survivors, Ron Kugel, Jim Smith, Gary Brumman, many, many others. folks. But thank God we didn't sink. But one other very disturbing part about this story is the United States of America called back rescue aircraft when they knew we were under attack by a foreign government. That's the truth, folks. The United States government left us out there alone to die, and to let the Israelis do what they wanted to with us, and they did. As I said, they murdered 34 of my American shipmates, my brothers, Marines, sailors, and one civilian from the National Security Agency. Now, our ship was not just some floating dry dock out there. We were the most sophisticated spy ship in the world, and everybody knew it, especially the Israelis. Folks, we were set up to be sunk and blame it on a foreign country. That country was the country of Egypt. They were going to incinerate Cairo with 2 nuclear bombs. That's the fact, folks. It's not something that's made up. It's a fact. They had planes going to Cairo. They're going to incinerate that country if our ship goes down. Fortunately, it didn't go down, and the gig was up. We'd gotten word out that the Israelis were the aggressors, and that was kind of the story of folks. We got the music coming on. Support your sponsors. We'll be right back.